Boo. Who is haunting you? All right, you guys, we're going to dive deep today. I got my trusty Osho Zen deck out here, and we're going to get some answers for you. You know, it's all about that one person you've never been able to stop thinking about, know how far in the past that relationship was, or how recent. It feels unfinished. You feel like you didn't get the closure you need, or you're wondering if that person's ever going to resurface again. So today we're going to get you some answers. And we're going to do all 12 zodiac, you guys. And so you know this is a timeless reading. So anytime you stumble upon this baby, it's for you. All right? So we're starting right into Aries. Guys, what do we see about the person that is haunting Aries? Oh, and if you guys didn't notice, check out my earrings. I got haunted house earrings going on. I had to put them on for this reading. I thought it is too suiting. All right, you guys. So Aries. Thank you, Aries, for being here. We are laying on that one person that has free rent in your mind. See if it's worth it or not. All right. What do we see? I feel like you want to let this go. You know there's no backtracking, right? You know that there's no reconnecting with this person, that it can never be like it was, at least in the beginning. I feel like this relationship got very exhausting, or at least it's exhausting for you now, or has been, the way that it's mentally weighed on you. I feel like there's some, it feels unfinished. There's some unanswered questions. You don't understand a lot of different things. And it's left you feeling a little dispassionate. And that might even affect you, rebuilding with another, creating a happy home and a family. Like there might be some underlining, feelings of insecurity, that things might fall apart. And you guys left things very unfriendly. You're not still connected anymore. And you just felt like, you brought a lot to the table. You were really good to them. You were moral, things of that nature. And there could have been, drugs and alcohol involved in this, vice versa, something on the lines of that. Or it could have just been somebody just really, not doing what they needed to do in whatever shape and form is that. We have the laziness card in reverse. It shows somebody's kind of sitting back, not chasing dreams, not going after their desires, things of that nature. And they might have been living the fast life, right? But they weren't going the right direction. Let's put it that way. And you got a lot of courage to leave this connection behind and venture off on your own. And I feel like that's the right direction for you. All right. Wow. This person has changed a lot. They feel very detached from you, even though they have some emotions for you. I feel like you helped this person grow. Like they became better after this connection because they were like, is this who I really am? Is this what I want to be? And they wish they could pursue you, but they don't think there's any way that you would be interested. They might not even be in a position to be so. They might even be in a relationship with somebody else, but there's still feelings there. There's still desires to come forward to you. What's concerning to me is I don't feel like they're wanting to explain any past confusion I see on your behalf. They feel in the clear. They just want to come forward with like a flirtatious energy if they did. If that, and I see they're kind of hiding that back. They would not share that. And they probably wouldn't even do that because they feel like there'd be so much rejection on your part, maybe in some bad consequences for that. But if you came forward to this person, and I hope you don't, they would be open to that. I got the Master's card. That would stroke their ego. They would feel good about that. And they wish that would happen. Like over this time, they just kind of wish that you were going to come back, chase after and keep that going because that felt good to them because they have a low self-esteem. Okay. Some of them are in a connection and they're doing better, and that's a good thing for them. Some of them are still on the same path of partying, celebrating, doing things that they don't need to do to try to just release stress. They're on a different path than most, and I don't feel like it's in the making money field. All right, so you probably did good to detach from this person and allow this person to detach from you, because I see some insecurities and maturity and lacking creativity on what they really want to do in their life. Okay, so they're partying life away, and we definitely need to enjoy our lives, but with moderation. The guide is saying to heal, to realize that this was just something for you to experience, to get what you really want. I have dreams coming in for you. So as I was telling my friend earlier today, we have the full moon around the corner. So this reading is perfect timing to see if it's time to release this, to let it go, because, we can just do so right then. And I'm going to update you guys. I have some rituals I'm going to be putting up on my website and things of that nature, if you are interested. All right, Aries. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the person is worth the energy and time. I think you're already aware of that. I feel like you're a little bit clueless of why this is still weighing on you. I would write everything down, especially this full moon. I'd write it all down, everything that's weighing on you, everything that bothers you, and get yourself closure. Just burn that baby. See my cauldron behind me? I throw it right in there every full moon, everything that doesn't work for me no longer, because I see you're like borderline happy, or you could be completely happy, but these thought bases that keep pulling you back in, and you don't know why, right? And it's just, I feel like it's became a habit to you. We're very habitual creatures. So let's break that habit. All right. Very awesome, Aries. Let's see. We are moving forward to Taurus. Taurus, I was telling Aries, if we find that, this person that's been haunting you is not worth your time and energy, and they're free right inside your mind, I'm going to have some rituals on my website that you guys can use to release and move forward. All right, guys, what do we see for Taurus about the person that's been haunting them? You feel a lack of control to your thoughts about this person, and you really don't understand why it keeps going there. You might not even went as far as being committed to this person, but you grow fond of this person, and I feel like thinking about this person has become a habit for you. Just like I was telling Aries, we're very habitual creatures. We fall into these routines that sometimes we really just don't understand, and I feel like this might even have been somebody that had a third party. Wow. And you're just like, I don't know why I felt so attached to that, why I would involve myself in that, why I let myself feel like I'm building a foundation where somebody that was definitely not available. And they really weren't. I mean, that's what it boils down to, is, you finally probably lacked patience with this. You disconnected. There might have even been some fighting that went on between the two of you. But the reality of it is this person would have ended up disconnecting from you. Okay. If you hadn't disconnected from them, that in the long run, they're not leaving this person. All right. This is the energy between them. All right. So they're not going nowhere. They're not stressed about leaving. Okay. They're just not open to that. And I think they're aware that you wanted that. Okay. And they might even have an open marriage, you guys. I have a marriage card here with awareness. Okay. So they might even have an open marriage and just like, no, this is just fun and games me. So you're like, why the heck am I still thinking about this? So I'm going to guide you like I guided Taurus, and to write all this down that's weighing on you. Release it. Let it go. This full moon is coming up, you guys. Throw it in your cauldron, your fire out in your yard, maybe your, fire at your campsite, and just let that go, because that's keeping you from your happiness. It's keeping you from focusing into things that, could really bring, abundance, happiness, and all in between. So we just need to let this other person that's, attached to somebody else release from your life. All right, Gemini. Wait. We're going to go back to Taurus real quick. I feel compelled. One moment. I got to know. This person feels like you knew what you were signing on to. They still have passion for you, but they're stubborn. They're not going to admit it. They've kind of healed from the situation. They're not expecting to heal from you or hear from you. And it was kind of a negative event, but they're like, All right, Taurus, thank you for being here. If you need some more details, you know where to find me. My links are down below, you guys. I only give personalized readings via King. All right, we are moving right forward to Gemini. I got the cards all a mess, you guys. Hi, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. We are laying on Gemini, guys. On the person that is haunting Gemini. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Wow. This person's holding back. They feel very passionate about you and they want to come full force ahead. I feel like this is very intense. They're trying to act like it doesn't bother them. They're putting up a front. See, look at this. Where this is where what they really feel. And they're trying to hide that they have devastation over the disconnection with you. I think they honestly thought that you guys were going to be committed and grow together, that you're going to be their one and only. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. I always refer this as, of course, a happy home, having abundance and harmony and stability, but having your cake and ice cream too. That's my personal definition to this card, because it's also, abundance and love all together, the stability. So they thought you guys were going to have everything. They're still daydreaming about you, but they're very distrusting about reaching out to you. Very stubborn. They feel like they are the shit, but they feel like you match in that energy. So that's cute. They feel like you're not open to this. Look, I have 2 2s in reverse. And our voice card, they feel like you detached. You're not happy with them. You do not want to be involved in them. And probably that you've healed and moved forward. Let's see. Oh, they feel like you have hooked up with somebody. They think that you should feel guilty about that, by the way, too, which is completely ridiculous. Yeah, they think you have lovers or a lover. I don't know why I said lovers. So maybe that's the case for some, but they don't feel like you're putting any attention in their direction. So they still have feelings for you, but they're not going to show it, right? They're not going to come forward to you because they think you've detached, that you got this new person, and they're freaking out about it. Right? They don't like having competition, and it would really hurt their ego if they came forward to you and you were like, not interested. You took too much of my time, which I think that you should do, by the way, if they got the courage. So yeah, wow. Gemini, just like I was telling, Aries and Taurus, this is a great time for this reading because we have the full moon around the corner. We can write down all the things that are bothering us about this person, the racing thoughts, what we felt like we didn't get closure on, all that, and just burn it. Just burn that baby, leave it at the full moon, and move forward, ready to embrace new. All right, so we're going to move forward to Cancer. Oh, I'm blind. Hi, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, we got cards flying out the deck already. Maybe it's a ghost that's been haunting you. No. This is in love, you guys. Not the creaky door or the cabinet slamming in your kitchen. Even though we do have lots of cards flying out the deck today, but that's probably more me than anything. All right. So, Cancer. Wow. This person's hiding back from you. They really want to take control of the situation. And a lot of the reason for that is you two have a past life connection. So this bond goes deeper than this lifetime, right? So they're like soulmate energy, soul family energy, and you guys have been detached for a minute. It just didn't work for you. I mean, there might even been marriage on the plate, like you guys were discussing marriage, or you thought it was going to go there. It was at that level of a commitment, and it just didn't happen. And I feel like it was very crushing, and there's a lot of guilty feelings from this person that's haunting you. Okay. And they're hiding that. They don't want people to know that, right? You came forward very patient, very nurturing to them, willing to put in the time for this connection to grow. So you came in with the right energy, and disconnecting and not giving this person energy, if they started or not, is, what you need to do. But the problem is you're still feeling connected, right? Here's the inner voice card. And when we have this past life card with that, that shows a thick energetic cord being shared between the two of you, meaning, you pick up on each other's emotions, thought bases, all that goodness. All right. So this is a very hard detachment. So be gentle on yourself. Okay. And you might even want to take another step than I was, told the other zodiacs I read before you. We were talking about just writing down everything that's weighing on you on that connection, and just kind of getting our own closure by releasing it. On the full moon, we can burn it, we can let it go. With you might want to even take an extra step past that. Maybe start there and finish off with a cord cutting, all right, to release this completely. Because the reality of it is, even though this is somebody that is part of your soul family, they're here to help teach you a lesson, all right? And this is the energy that they brought forward. And innocence, okay? This is an innocence card in reverse. They know it. They're not trying to do anything to make it right, okay? So it's now your responsibility to release this completely. And if you need some help, I'm here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out, you guys, for more detailed readings, any kind of questions. I give readings via Keen. My link's down below. On my website, we got the grimoire that's growing with spells and rituals and all kinds of knowledge to help you along your spiritual path. So feel free to take advantage of those things, okay? And we're going to move forward to Leo. Hi, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. I'm shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see about the person that is haunting Leo? Oh, this person's a rebel. They might have even been a runner. And you didn't see this coming, right? You're trying to act like, this doesn't hurt as much as it does. Okay. And I can sympathize with that. I mean, that really sucks when somebody's just really cut and dry like that and disappears on you. And I feel like this person came forward fulfilling a lot of your dreams, and a lot of the things you were wanting in a connection, and the passion was raising, the emotions were growing, and this person probably took off. Am I right? Oh, and they're sexy, right? For some of you, I don't even feel like it went as far as sex yet. They're just was tempting you. Yeah. Wow. Kind of leaving the door open, but not going all the way. We have the MasterCard. You really put this person on a pedestal. I mean, and I got the dream card again. You guys will learn. I make my own decks. I combine cards and craziness. But we had the dream card twice saying, it's a double whammy here. I mean, you really thought this was your person. They were amazing. You felt good that you could call them in. They're the Temperance. You felt calm in their energy. And now they're hiding from you. You feel like you weren't building a foundation at all, and you're lacking courage of coming forward to them any more than what you have, right? You like, I must not be good enough for them. And the thing is that they're immature. They're not ready for this level of a connection. So they felt this. You brought the right energy to the table, and the timing was off. The person is off as well. All right. I mean, they're just not ready for this level of connection, but the energy you brought to the table was perfection. And when you send out love, when you send out this good quality, loving energy, that's going to be returned to you one way or another. We just got to refocus. We got to let this person go, that looks to be out traveling, probably going for one person next. So they're not somebody that's good with commitment, okay? And I don't feel like it's, that they don't want that. They don't have feelings for anybody. They just don't have what it takes to open up yet completely, because we still have them immature, right? Here's a maturity card. This is somebody ready for a relationship that's stable and grounded, secure, and wanting to bring the energy forward. And that's not what they're doing. They're going around with this Temperance energy, using their sexual energy to pull people in, to grow emotions for them. And then, they run away, right? They're a runner. Yeah. And they probably keep more than one person majority of the time. Probably while they were seeing you, they had somebody else. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I want you to know how bad it is to continue to focus in on this person. You deserve better. And, this is how you're feeling about this connection, and it has a guiltiness word on it, okay? But I don't think you feel guilty. I just think it's really weighed on you. Look at that photo. You've just really racked your mind. Like, why did I deserve that? What did I do to get that? And the truth of it is, you didn't do anything. All right. This is no fault of your own. This is not matching of your energy. You didn't call this in. I mean, other than if maybe the guides, the universe thought, hey, let's give, so-and-so a little taste of what he or she doesn't want. So when we send, what he or she really wants and calling in with this amazing energy, they're going to really notice the difference. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the higher power, but I feel like it's not matching of the energy you're putting out. And you're not calling that in. There's a reason it happened, and it's to help you get to the next level and to find your true love. So disconnect. Let's do a cord cutting, something on the lines of that, Leo. I've told all the other zodiacs, they could just kind of write things down that are bothering them, weighing on them, the racing thoughts about this person that you can't seem to get rid of. And this next full moon, just burn it, you guys. I want to say it's the 7th. Let's release it and get ready for, new love, new happiness, or being able to just, let go of any disharmony you're having with these thoughts. All right. All right. So we're going to move forward to Virgo. I can't see you guys. All right. Thank you for being here, Virgo. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, we need some direct answers for Virgo and about the person that is haunting them. We have cards flying out the deck, you guys. Virgo, I got to show you. Check out my earrings. Got little haunted house earrings going on just for this reading. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of them. All right, Virgo. Who is haunting Virgo? And is it worth the energy? Wow. This was somebody you were probably committed to, maybe even married to. But there seems like to be a significant amount of time spent with this person, a part of your life, and maybe even past lives as well. Not even maybe. I see this as a past life connection. Somebody that's your soul family. You found this person very unique, walked a different path. You guys just kind of flowed together very nicely and complemented each other with each other's energies, right? Excuse me. And from the moment you met them, you thought they were a dream come true. Your emotions started growing from that moment, and you've always had all these thought bases of, what are they thinking? How would they feel about this? Wanting to be close to them, know that they're okay. And the guides are saying, even though this person's disconnected from you, because I see that being the case, be gentle on yourself for still thinking this way, because you do have a past life connection with this person. This is your soul family. All right. So there's a reason you feel this deeply. And maybe you guys are meant to, detach at this point in time. but it is a strong connection that does pull on your energy. You guys got this thick energetic cord, and it's just going back and forth, back and forth. And this person's sulking. They don't like things this way. This is not the way that they desired it to turn out. I feel like things got a little bit too much for them. They got stressed. They might have even got pulled another direction by another person. I'm picking up a Temperance energy, and it could be a guy or a girl, and they never saw it coming. Like they didn't, that wasn't their intent. I know it's their actions that made it happen. I'm not making excuses for them, but that wasn't their intent. I feel like they had a lot of unhappiness, and this person just brought us some light into the darkness where, at this point in time, you guys were probably having a hard time creating together. You were consciously unaware that things were shifting between the two of you guys. This was shocking to you. And you tried to take the high road around a third party. Whatever that may mean. Maybe you tried to forgive them, maybe communicate with this other person, have some kind of understanding to, I don't know, create bridges. You didn't want to let it go, and you did everything that you possibly could to try to pull this back together. You're getting better. This isn't weighing on you as much as it was. You're getting your passion back, you're getting your mojo back, and you're feeling very adventurous. For some of you, even start a new job, even though that has nothing to do with this reading whatsoever. You were lacking patience around money, but you're in the right direction. And I feel like I've been reading that for you, Virgo. And look at this, slow down and reverse. I feel like this is money message as well. So I'm going to put that out there, that money is not going to slow down for you. It's going to get better. But not just that, you're going to have more people of quality coming in, interested in you, that is wanting a relationship. That does want to build for you. So take the time to heal from that connection and have trust and faith that you're on the right path, okay? Let go and just let yourself be guided. I think it's hard to let go of because this person, at one time, you two were meant to be together, and you do have that deepest of connection. And understanding that and realizing what you're overcoming might be very helpful to you as well. All right, Virgo, I'm here for you if you need me. My link is down below. And don't forget to tell me what you think about my earrings. And we're moving forward to Libra. All right. Hi, Libra. Thank you so much for being here today. We're shuffling these babies, and we're going to pick up on energy on who is haunting you. Did you see that? All right. Wow. This is definitely somebody you were in a relationship with. And I would say there was probably a big fight, a big blowout. Everything came out, or something was revealed, maybe a third party, something came out. This person was suiting of your dreams, and just like Virgo, this person also you had a past life connection with. This person's part of your soul family, and you guys are deeply connected. You share this thick energetic cord, thoughts and energy going back and forth, left and right, and it just keeps those thoughts going, those daydreamings, thinking of maybe it's a possibility, that this person's going to come back in. You figured at some point you guys would master it. You also still look at this person as a really good catch, somebody that could bring a lot of abundance to your life, a lot of happiness into your life, and I don't mean that you want them for money. Maybe their support was really helpful to you in your career, things of that nature. And for some of you, you might even been on the verge of being married, or there was a divorce being shared with this person. There was a lot of lack of patience around commitment with this person. And I feel for like a lot of you, there was a lot of trust. There was a lot of years spent, a lot of emotions built, and you would have never guessed that it would have turned out this way. So this is a hard connection because you still have a lot of respect for this person. You still have a lot of love for this person. You're still very drawn to this person sexually. You enjoy this person as a friend. You're emotionally connected, and this person is just in your mind right? And maybe you guys are still friendly with each other, and that's just kind of keeping things flowing, even though you know there's no possibility of this reconnecting. Yeah, look, you guys are friendly, going with the flow. Maybe you have children, something of that nature, just kind of keeping that connection together. Yeah, silence in reverse. You're still in contact with this person. You just, and overall, you guys feel, there's been healing here. You've healed from whatever past wounds you guys have had, but instead of going back into a love relationship, it's friends, right? Maybe working together to co-parent. You got to realize that going back now, it's been too long. I mean, you could build the courage up, you could do this, but here's what the ending result is. You got to appreciate this relationship for what it is. Okay. You guys were what you were meant to be at that time, and you are what you're meant to be now in this time. So if it's, your friends, you guys are doing okay with each other, and you got, acquaintances, or maybe, you have children together, whatever, this keeping this attachment going, I wouldn't step over the lines. And I try to find a way to make peace for it so that you can go on and have a nice, happy life. And I want you to know this person feels the same way. They still have a lot of attraction to you, feel very drawn to you, but they're very well aware that this could be really bad if you guys acted upon this, okay? And if this person had alcohol and drug problems, they're aware that that caused a lot of the issue too. Maybe there was, you guys like to party a lot together. I don't know. Maybe this person liked to party a lot. But something in the lines of, faulty decisions got you guys where you're at now, but you're lucky to have the connection you do. I would just, enjoy what is, my dear. All right, Scorpio. Wow. I'm dropping cards. All right, let's see. Hi, Scorpio. How are you today? We are shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Maybe. Guys, what do you see for Scorpio? The person that haunts Scorpio. Give me some direct answers right now. So this person was a partier, or maybe you guys had like a party like kind of connection, and that maybe that brings it out in you. This person brings a side out of you that you're not trying to bring to the table, right? You're looking for stability, growth. You're wanting to heal from past bad decisions, and you don't even know how to tell this person, because it might not even be their fault that you feel triggered to go back into your old ways with their presence, or maybe they're still doing the things that you're trying to break free from. It's one or the other, maybe different for different people, and you might even communicate it a little bit at one time, but now you're completely holding back on that. You're being silent about that. It hurts you. For some of you, maybe this person chose to be addiction, the drug life, the party life over the connection with you. And you feel like overall you've healed from this. You've came a long way. And, the cards are saying, yeah, you have. You detached. You did a really good job by backing away from a toxic connection. Okay. Even though it's been very stressful, it's been very hard for you. And I feel like this person was a big part of your life. You miss them. And you are just overthinking this. You feel bad. There's guilt that you left this person behind, right? There's guilt that you're doing something for yourself that you need to do. And I feel like for a lot of it is because you're triggered. It's not something they're doing to you. You're just triggered, you know, and it's not something you can help. Yeah, and this definitely has to do with partying, celebrating. You're aware you could enjoy life in other ways, and you've went to enjoy life in other ways, and maybe you're still drinking, partying, whatever it may be, but now you got more of a moderation. Maybe you weren't even in the first place, but this person was, and it became toxic. It's your story. You tell me. You put the pieces together here. But what I'm seeing is that you definitely need to let all this emotional baggage go, connected to, it feels like someone that hasn't made wise, thought out decisions. All right. Maybe on both ends, but definitely on this other person's end. And it really doesn't matter what they desire because they haven't worked towards anything. Yeah, you've brought this mature energy to the table. You're growing. You feel passionate about what you're doing in life. And it's time to detach from this person because they're not going anywhere, right? You know that. You've made some good decisions that you had to make for yourself and your future. All right. So, Scorpio, I'm going to tell you, just like the other zodiac, write all that garbage down of guilt you feel because you just got a big heart. You make good decisions by letting this person go. Write all the garbage down, burn it on the full moon, release it, start new, and clear up some space in that lovely mind of yours. All right. Saggy. Hi, Saggy. Thank you so much for being here today. Picking up on energy about the person that haunts you. And Saggy, it might not be many with you. Yeah. We hold on to things and then we just let it go. And when we let it go, it is done. We forget all about it. All right, well, let's see. Who has been haunting Saggy and what is their deal? Saggy, you got to let this person go. This person doesn't want to admit having any good feelings for you. They want to hide in the background, act like they've released this completely when they're absolutely madly in love with you, right? I got the Empress card. I got the Harmony card, which is 10 of Cups, which is overflowing love, affection for you, desire for you. We got the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about wanting, giving attention. And they're on, or you are on their mind. Excuse me. We already know they're on your mind. That's why we're doing this read. But you're on their mind. That's why you are not able to detach from these thoughts and start new because this person's still over there like, hey, pulling on your energy, even though they're not going to make that leap. They want you to make that leap, right? They wanted you to make that leap for that connection. And they're being patient. They're very distrusting at this point. So I feel like it's been a minute, but they're open to it. And this is what I'm getting. I got the Patience card. They're sitting there waiting, feeling very distrusting that at this point you're going to come forward to communicate with them. But this is what they're desiring. 2 of Wands and healing. All right. So if you guys had any obstacles, you had any issues, they want to talk through it. They want to start new. And the energy that I'm seeing bring to the table, Saggy, is somebody that's willing to put in the time and the energy. So if this reading is matching, you might want to make the effort. All right. Reach out to this person, at least, open the doorway for communication so this can stop weighing on you. And, but I feel like it's going to be more than that. I feel like this could definitely resurface. All right, Saggy, keep me updated. And if you need more details, you can reach out to me via Key. My link is down below. And we are moving forward to Capricorn. Hi, Cappies. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are laying cards on the person that's haunting you. Guys, what do we see for Cappies? Give me some direct answers right now. Wow. This person's really on the fence about reaching out to you. And they have also got a lack of control around their thought basis with you, even though you guys are disconnected, right? And it's probably been this way for a minute. But, you know, they're thinking, oh, you moved forward, you know, all of this, but they're still thinking about you just like you're thinking about them. Look at this. This is confirming it. This is a conscious card, all right? Saying conscious thought, conscious awareness, that you're thinking about them, that, you know, all the, and maybe they don't know you're thinking about them, but I feel like they feel it. They're being lazy. They're sitting back. They're trying to enjoy life. They'd love to do that for you, with you. And I'm also getting they're very passionate about you, but you got a very stubborn person. They're not going to come forward. Look at this. They're hiding back. They're like, oh, no, I'm not going to tell you that. Even though, you know, they're debating it. You know, it's been a thought base, but I feel like overall this person's really stubborn. And I don't know how long it's been, but it feels like, you know, it's felt unfinished for a minute and they're not taking any moves. Wow. Capricorn. The reasoning this feels so intense and you guys still feel attached is because this is part of your soul family. Look at this. You have a past life connection with this person. Most of the time when we reincarnate with people, that is our soul family. It's a soul mate. Okay. So it doesn't mean that this person's necessarily your one and only, but it definitely means that you guys got some business together. And, you know, there's a lot of passion here and they're still wanting to spend time with you. Interesting. I feel like you guys could fall right back into your ordinary, your norm that you were before. Like nothing even happened. Like the space between then and now never even occurred. Look at that. Breakthrough right back to your ordinary. I got the traveling card. I might be breaking the silence. I feel like you guys could even maybe be traveling together, have an adventure together. And this might not be your person. You know, this might be more of a friendly energy, a lover, somebody that helps you move up to the next level. But you're missing on a whole lot of goodness by not opening the doors to communication with this person. All right, Cappy, I'm here for you if you need more details. My link is down below. And we are moving forward to Capricorn. Or excuse me, Aquarius. We are on Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, the person that's been haunting you is going to message you. For a lot of you, like any moment, today, tomorrow, over the next week. But yeah, soon to come. That also could symbolize that this connection is going to have a rebirth period as well. Yeah, you have communications coming your way. This person is going to come back with a really laid back energy, you know, just maybe wanting to catch up, not being very serious. But the reason they're coming back is because they're trying to, you know, release the exhausted energy, any kind of impatience you might have had from them. They're trying to let that all go. They're trying to clear that out, right? They're trying to come forward and they want to master this. Okay, so they're coming forward with a new energy, hoping to release any kind of past issues. And get this, they are attached to you and they're wanting to build commitment with you. So you're going to be hearing from this person. They have feelings from you. They're wanting to build from you. I think at first they're not going to come out immediately with that. I feel like in the past, you might have thought maybe they were playing games with you, being manipulative with you. But the reality of it is I feel like they just wasn't ready. I had an innocent energy from them. You can trust in this person. When this person comes forward this time, I feel like they're bringing a serious energy forward. And I see the passion raising. All right. So that's the cool thing there is I do feel like this person's going to resurface. So there's a reason why you're still, you know, thinking about this person and vice versa. So very cool, Aquarius. Keep me updated. All right. I want to hear all the juicy details. All right, Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. We are laying cards today on who is haunting you. All right. And it's not about who, you guys. You know who it is, right? That person that lives rent-free in your mind. This is about, is it worth your time and energy to keep thinking about them? Are they going to resurface? Do they feel bad about things in the past? Do they still have emotions for you? All right, so you felt like you were very manipulative by this person and they did some bad things for you. I feel like, they projected themselves in a way that you thought certain things. They might even communicate in a way where you thought certain things, like maybe there was going to be commitment, that you could trust this person, and maybe you guys did get committed together. There might have even been a house shared for some of you at one point in time together, and there was a lot of trust, a lot of raising and passion, and there's something about this person going away. Maybe they moved away. There's definitely some unanswered actions that you want answers on, right? It's been weighing on you. Like, why did this person do this? Why was this decision made? Why haven't they, explained that to me? Things of that nature. You felt like this person was the shit, right? Like they were it. And I feel like, you weren't off. This is a good person. They're working hard to, provide, be supportive, all that goodness. And they did not do, there wasn't a whole lot of red flags, right? Very attached to you. You guys were doing good together. I got the sorrow card in reverse. So they really caught you off guard. There was a lot of strong emotions in this connection. So I feel like this person did a switch on you. They shifted. Oh. Maybe this is like a midlife crisis or something, you guys. I don't know, but something shifted in energy with this person. And I really don't feel like it was an action on your behalf, some kind of trigger. They started getting very scared. They started backing up. They started feeling like they needed to protect themselves in some manner, right? And I feel like this could have been subconscious, but you ended up having a runner on your hands, or somebody that sabotaged a connection and took off on you. Wow. And they know they did that. They know they ruined this connection. They wanted more. They know that you compromised with them. They worked and they're sulking at the mess that they made. So I don't know if this person was going through something and they just acted out of emotion, out of instability, insecurity, out of fear. Dream card, they dream about you. They want to be close to you. They very much regret the decisions that they made to sabotage this connection. If they have not revealed that to you, I feel they will. They're going to break the silence and tell you that, but you guys can't backtrack. Yeah. I wish you much luck on the healing of that connection, Pisces, but you can't backtrack. So I love seeing the open communication. Definitely, match that energy. So you can clear that slate and, get rid of those thoughts about that person. So you can have more, abundant, happy thoughts. All right, Pisces, if you need more answers, you want a more detailed reading, you can reach out to me via King. All my links are down below. I even have a link down to the Grimoire that's going to have full moon rituals and so forth for you guys to use to kind of let these things go about the past. All right. Awesome. So let me know what you think. Comment down below, share with your friends, and until next time, blessed be.